My name is Ethan. I grew up in a tiny village where dreams seemed too expensive for people like us. My parents died when I was young, leaving me in the care of my grandmother. We lived in an old house with a leaking roof and broken windows. Some nights we had only bread and water for dinner. Despite our poverty, Grandma never complained. She always wore a gentle smile and spoke as if she knew something the rest of the world didn't. There was one thing about her that always puzzled me. At the end of the hallway stood a small wooden door. It led to a room that remained locked every day of the year. Nobody was allowed inside. Whenever I asked what was in the room, Grandma would smile and say, "Just old memories, my child." But deep down, I knew she was hiding something. As the years passed, life became harder. I worked long hours, carrying bricks, cleaning warehouses, and doing whatever jobs I could find. No matter how hard I worked, we remained poor. One cold winter evening, I returned home and found Grandma staring out the window. "Grandma," I asked, "do you ever wish life had been different?" She looked at me and smiled. "Life is exactly what it needs to be. Sometimes blessings arrive late." I didn't understand her words then. Months later, Grandma became seriously ill. Her strength faded day by day. The woman who had always seemed unbreakable could barely stand. One night she called me to her bedside. Her trembling hand reached beneath her pillow and pulled out an old rusty key. "Ethan," she whispered, "when I'm gone, open the locked room." Tears filled my eyes. "Please don't talk like that." But she gently closed my fingers around the key. "Promise me." "I promise." A week later, Grandma passed away peacefully in her sleep. The house became unbearably silent. Every corner reminded me of her. Days passed before I finally gathered the courage to stand before the locked door. My hand shook as I inserted the key. The lock clicked. The door slowly opened. Dust covered the room. Old furniture stood untouched. Boxes lined the walls. At first, it seemed ordinary. Then I noticed a large wooden chest in the center of the room. On top of it rested a sealed letter with my name written in Grandma's handwriting. My heart raced as I opened it. The letter began, "My dear Ethan, if you are reading this, then the greatest secret of our family now belongs to you. Many years ago, your great-grandfather was one of the wealthiest men in this region. He owned land, businesses, and gold. But greed destroyed our family. Relatives fought over money and betrayed one another. To protect what remained, I hid everything. For decades, I guarded this secret alone. Inside this room, you will find clues that lead to your inheritance. But remember, the true treasure is not wealth. The true treasure is character. I stared at the letter in disbelief. Then I opened the chest. Inside were old documents, property deeds, antique jewelry, and several maps. One map pointed to a piece of land outside the village. The next morning, I followed the map. After hours of walking, I reached an abandoned farmhouse. Hidden beneath loose floorboards was another chest. Inside were gold coins, valuable antiques, and legal papers proving ownership of several properties worth millions. I couldn't believe my eyes. The poor boy who struggled to afford food had suddenly inherited a fortune. News spread quickly. Relatives I had never met suddenly appeared. Some claimed to care about me. Others demanded a share of the inheritance. For the first time, I understood why Grandma had kept the secret hidden. Many people loved money more than family. But I remembered her words. The true treasure is character. Instead of wasting the money, I used it wisely. I repaired homes for poor families. I built a school in the village. I created scholarships for children who couldn't afford education. I opened a small hospital. People who once ignored me now respected me. Yet the greatest moment came 1 year later. A little girl approached me after school. "Thank you," she said. "Because of your scholarship, I can become a doctor someday." Her words touched my heart more deeply than any amount of money. That night I returned to Grandma's secret room. For the first time since her death, I smiled. I finally understood her lesson. The treasure she left behind was never meant to make me rich. It was meant to make me useful. Years later, I became one of the most successful men in the country. But I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot the old house. I never forgot the locked room. And I never forgot the woman who changed my life with a single rusty key. Sometimes when people ask how I became successful, I simply smile and say, my grandmother believed in me long before I believed in myself. And that was worth more than all the gold in the world.